In today's video, I'm going to cover which exercises cause back pain, back injuries, and can make existing back pain worse. But don't worry, I'm also going to show you which exercises you can do instead. My name is Nina. I'm a certified personal trainer and strength and conditioning coach. And make sure to stay all the way through to the end because I'm going to show you which ab exercises to stop doing and which exercises that won't hurt your back, which will make your abs a lot stronger without bothering your back at all. One of the exercises that causes injuries and pain so often is back squats. So a lot of people, they'll have the 45-pound barbell on their back and you just squat with that bar down. So if you have any shoulder injuries, now I injured both my shoulders, so if you cannot get those arms back or if they're uneven, so after I injured one of my shoulders, I thought, all right, well, now I can grab that bar because I was in such limited range of motion, I couldn't even put my arm back. But when I was finally able to get my arms back, I was super excited to do back squats. And what I didn't realize is that one shoulder had better range of motion than the other. So I'm kind of exaggerating here, but even a little bit of variation. So when I went down to my squat, I was twisted. So I was twisting all the way down and I didn't realize it and I was in extreme pain. And now typically it hurt a little bit when I did the first squat, and then I knew, all right, that was a really bad idea. And then sure enough, 2 days later, extreme pain. So, but even if you don't have any limitations, shoulder injuries, back squats are just one of those exercises that cause injuries all the time. I see it all the time. Another exercise that you probably wouldn't think of that people do a lot at the gym are leg press. So the problem with a leg press is you're sitting either, way back or straight ahead, sometimes even upside down. The bottom of your spine by your butt, your tailbone, is rounded. So that's already, you're putting yourself in a compromised position. So you're pushing that force onto basically your whole body. So it's no surprise that a leg press, especially if you go really heavy, will cause low back pain. Another machine you want to avoid at the gym, I'm not going to the gym right now because of COVID, but if you are going to the gym and hopefully you're wearing your mask, another machine is, they have different ones, hack squat is one of them, where they'll have pads and you kind of put your head in it and it puts pressure on your shoulders. So, and then you squat down with this machine pressing on your shoulders. Not only does that hurt your shoulders, you're compressing your spine. So that is also going to cause you back pain. Another exercise that you can do anywhere is called a pistol squat. The problem with the pistol squat is when you're going down very, very low, again, you're rounding that tailbone, which causes the pain that you'll probably feel. So I can do a pistol squat, but it's just, for me, it's just not worth it. I always get extreme back pain from doing it, so I don't do those anymore. Those exercises that I just spoke about, those target the quads, the front of the leg, all the muscles on the front, and the glutes, the butt. But there's lots of other exercises that you can do that won't hurt your back. So box squats is a really great exercise that everyone should be able to do and should do, even if you have bad knees. So at the gym, they have a soft box, but you can use a chair, and right here I have just one of a Reebok step. So basically a box squat is you just go down and you just stand up. So that's all it is. And it's good to have your arms facing in front of you. It's just for a counterbalance. And obviously the lower the box is, the more you're going to round. So the higher the box, the better it is for your back. Another great exercise that I can do, which does not hurt my back. So I actually injured my back, so I know firsthand what exercises hurt. So wall sits are great. I have a whole video on wall sit variations. So those are really wonderful at targeting the quads, the thighs. So check those out if you haven't done them already. They're really fun, and I'd like to put a timer and try to do it for my clients. I have them start for 30 seconds and build up to a minute. So another exercise that's really great that targets the quads and also targets the butt. Let's see if I can do it here without hitting the plant, is step ups. Now this one's kind of high, so you don't need to go that high. So now if you have back pain, don't do high box step ups. So this is as high as you want it. Maybe you can even remove a riser. So these are great. I love this Reebok step because I can just change the riser height. So what I'll usually do is I'll start low when I'm doing a warm up, and then as I get more warmed up, I'll make it higher. And if I'm using heavier weights, I'll drop it down a little bit more. All right, so a step up, just tap, tap. Put your hands here. You can also, so I'll start with no weight, and then second set, I'll grab some dumbbells. And then of course, switch sides. Another exercise that I really like that is pretty back friendly is a goblet squat. So you don't need a weight, but I'm kind of showing you here. So I've got a kettlebell. This is 15 pounds, so it's not too heavy. So my feet are a little bit wider than hip width. I'm looking straight ahead. I'm squeezing my butt so my back is straight, and I'm just gonna go straight down. Not completely straight down, obviously, and then up. So I'm not going too low. So a lot of people, they'll go really low and their squats. So their tailbone is rounding. So what that's called, it actually has a name for it. It's called a butt wink. So not only does that look ugly, it can cause back pain, and it's not a very good thing to do. Another really great exercise to target the front of your legs and the butt are single leg squats. There's so many different variations you can do. So let's say, I'll start with this one since my chair is this way. So if I'm gonna do like a single leg squat, I like to go on my heels, really target my quad, and then I'll pulse. So I'll do it, I'll time it for about 30 seconds. The second set I'll do it for 45. And that's pretty brutal. If I really want to go for it, I'll do a minute and suffer through it. So those are great. All right, now let's also do a single leg squat. Now you can do this on a chair. I'm going to do it on, although this is kind of low, so I'll do it on the box. It's kind of uneven, so a little precarious here. All right, so step up, or stand up, I should say, and go down. Now this takes a lot of balance. The higher your box is, the easier it is. So what you want to do is you want to lean forward. It's going to help you. Your knee actually should be over your toe, and then you can just push up. Now I'm pushing up with this butt, this left butt cheek, and then I'm doing slow lower. You're trying not to fall back down, so it's easier to see in a chair. So I'll turn this around. So it's easier to see it this way. So see it from this angle, up, so much easier when you're at when you're not sitting as low. And you can either tap down or just keep it up the whole time. So those are really good. Any type of squat bothers you, you can try getting one of these. You can elevate your heels. I just got one of these little cheap pads from Amazon. I think this one's discontinued now, but so anyways, this helps. I'll show you from the side. It's cushy, and stand up straight, and then I just drop down and up. And I'll show you from the front. It's not as pretty from the front, but you get the idea. For me, this feels so much better because I have somewhat tight ankles, so this helps, because otherwise if I'm trying to go low, then I'm compromising another part of my body. So squat here. All right, these actually feel really good. So exercises that target the butt and the hamstrings, you know this one's coming, the deadlift. So the straight leg, or the conventional deadlift, anytime where you're hinging over like this, you are going to put that pressure on your low back. So I was doing a deadlift, and it was my PR, my personal record. So at the time in the video, I weighed 102 pounds, and I had a trainer at the time, and I did 165 pounds, and I was being stupid, and I decided I'm not gonna just do one. I'm gonna do 3. I should have stopped at 1. I actually just shouldn't have done it at all. But anyways, my form wasn't perfect, but what's perfect? Who does everything perfectly? It wasn't atrocious, but my back was in severe pain for 4 months after that. Too much weight, imperfect form, not a great exercise. It's just, the risk reward is just not worth it. So also there's, I'm going to show you the sumo deadlift, which you can see in this video. So that's where my feet are a lot wider. It's actually better on the back, but if you have back issues, this will probably still hurt. So in this video, I'm doing actually pretty lightweight, and it didn't hurt at all while I was doing this exercise. Days after, a lot of pain, had to go to the chiropractor. So I'm not gonna do those anymore. I just know it's just gonna be so painful. There's lots of exercises that you can do that do not cause back pain. So I'm gonna show you those now. So one of the exercises that you can do, and these are all deadlifts, but they're variations that are better for the back. So this is a kettlebell, and we're gonna do a kettlebell double leg deadlift. So try this first with just lightweight, and don't go all the way down. So I'm hinging from the hip still, and then I'm just going up. So, and then you wanna bring it further, more towards your heels. So make sure whenever you're holding a weight, you have it as close to your body as possible. The further away the weight is, even if you're just extending out, the more you're going to put strain on your low back. So always keep your weights really close to you. So here again, the deadlift, if you can see it from the side, shoulders back and down. I'm tightening my abs, which will help straighten my back a little bit. You're always gonna have a little bit of a curve in the back. That's normal. All right. So, but this is not good for everybody. You can try it. What is better is a single leg deadlift. So you can try the balance. If you have great balance, see, this one shouldn't hurt. So it's just balancing, and you just reach and then go back down. So 10 to 15 repetitions each leg. But what you can always grab a weight and do the same thing. But what I also like to do is, get this out of the way here, is so I'm not focusing on balance, I'm focusing more on the stretch. So the stretch, if you feel that stretch in the hamstring, you're really strengthening that hamstring. So always keep a slight bend in your knee when you're doing deadlifts. So your knee's not locked out. So for here, whatever type of weight, I actually like to externally rotate because my shoulder will roll forward, and that just makes sense. That's gravity. Gravity's pulling it down. But so I'm gonna pull it back, but also it helps if I externally rotate it like this. It might look kind of weird, but my thumb is facing this way. And then from here, I can just lean forward, and I'm bringing that weight. You can either put it here, or I like to bring it toward the opposite foot. And some people can go all the way down. I can't, and that's okay. Everyone has different flexibility. And I just go to where I feel that stretch. Another exercise you can do, but is a kickstand single leg deadlift. And that is where you just prop the other foot up on the toe. And then you can, it doesn't really matter, you can try either hand like this. Just choose one. I actually like putting the opposite arm out, and then I lean forward. Now that can sometimes bother people's low back because, you know, you've got this foot here. So, but anyway, whenever you lift that leg up, that's usually the safest bet. So there's lots of options to deadlift. So you can still do a deadlift even if you have back pain. So you can still get those hamstrings and glutes really strong with different deadlift variations. Back pain can happen with all sorts of exercises. So back exercises too. So if you're working your lats, that's the really largest muscle in your back. Bent over rows can definitely cause back pain, back strain, whether you're using a single dumbbell, 2 dumbbells, or even a barbell, or if you're doing like a barbell row. Anytime, like I said before, is if you're hinging from the hips and you're bent over, there's a chance you could strain your low back. So here's just showing what a bent over row is. Of course, you can alternate, which is kind of fun doing that. But if that bothers you, don't do it. So what you can do instead is, if you're at the gym, you can just use the bench and have the bench all the way up as if you're doing, you know, like a shoulder press or something like that. So seated shoulder press. Or I've got this chair here, so I can just do this, put this leg out, so I'm in a lunge position, pull that shoulder blade back, and then I'm gonna row. So I've got this like this. I can even go up on the toe, that's a little better. So that should help. You can also do, if this bothers you, you can do seated rows. You can do seated where you're going this way, or you can just do lat pull downs. So those are good options as well. All right, so ab exercises, they're supposed to help make your back stronger, but those certain ab exercises can make your back hurt. All right, so one of the exercises that everybody does is the worst if you've got back issues. Crunches. Get on the ground. Even if you're doing it correctly, I'll show you the correct form. Push your back into the ground and a little pelvic tilt. Look up at the sky, arms out, chin up, down, up, down. All right, so this works the upper abs. You'll see it nice here. Guess what this doesn't work? It doesn't work the part that you really want to work, which is the pooch. You'll get a beautiful upper abs and it does nothing for this, and then you'll get back pain. So it's kind of fun to do those until it hurts, and then it's no fun. So even if you're doing other exercises that, let's say, target the lower abs, maybe you're gonna doing, you know, these. So what happens when your abs get tired, your back takes over. So try this instead. So we're gonna do a plank, and I'm gonna show you a little modification. So we're gonna do an elbow plank. So I'm on my elbows. I like to interlace my fingers. All right, so I'm here. Here's the trick. Squeeze your butt. When you squeeze your butt, you're not gonna sag. Your back is protected. Now, if this is too easy, now what I want you to do is take your elbows and tug them toward your feet. So you can see I'm contracting more and I'm starting to shake. And this is called RKC plank. Very, very challenging. I have an entire video on ab plank variations, so I'm going to put that in the description box below. I'm also going to list all the exercises not to do and which ones to do in the description, so you can print that out and you can have it, so that way you don't have to stop and rewind or replay this video. So hopefully you found these tips helpful. If they are, great, let me know, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. The videos that I post are videos on health, exercise, nutrition, and here and there I'll throw in a few funny videos. I chose 2 videos for you that I thought you'd really enjoy that will help alleviate that back pain. So check those out and I will see you soon.